Pretzel. Fold her a pretzel, just leave her there. Gently, I won't hurt her. We're gonna have to cut this whole thing out.
Shotgun makes me feel defeated, and it makes me not feel like a man, quite frankly.
Honestly, there's not many things that do make me feel like a man. You okay?
Was there a finish to that sentence?
I was waiting for you to say something, but you had just a mouth
full of beer.
Yeah.
I'm just awful at chugging.
I don't know what makes me feel like a man.
It's a good way to start this.
Put on a nice suit makes me feel manly.
Yeah.
But a wedding coming up, I'm feeling ready to just.
I changed that woman's tire last week. That made me feel like.
Yeah, you did say that. You're talking Drew and I about that. I always feel manly. Doing things around the house. It's so fucking frustrating because my fiance doesn't think I'm like handy, but I like work in construction. And like, granted, I don't do the manual labor part, but I understand the idea behind it. Yeah, I might not get the nail in the hole on the first hammer, but like, it'll happen. Like, I'll get it done. And then every time she acts so fucking surprised. It's like when she acts like she can beat me up, and then I'm like, just so you know, I can't actually hurt you. If I actually hurt you, I'm in trouble. And she's like going for my nuts and like punching me and shit. And it's like, yeah, I can't do any of that back to you because I'm a bad guy then. It's okay, dude. Just take a couple deep breaths. We'll get through it.
I'm in pain.
I know, it like hurts right here.
Yeah.
You gotta breathe all your air out before you drink it. So you're like this. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
I don't know, what makes me feel like a man? I think definitely helping that woman change the tire. This is the most manly I felt in a minute. In like a long time. Holy shit.
No, I like
I'm fighting a puke.
driving passenger seat. That makes me feel manly.
That makes me feel unmanly.
That makes me feel so fucking manly.
No way.
Yeah.
Nothing feels more manly than driving.
No, driving sucks. You know what I like? Fucking put my feet on the dashboard and let my lady drive me places.
What I do is I used to just sit in the back seat and make commands.
Chauffeur.
To my ex. Yeah.
Well, that's probably why it didn't work out.
Yeah. That's fair.
Feed me grapes. It's like, I'm driving, dude. Chill out.
McFlurry, drive through, bitch.
Don't we have M&M? Oh, we need Oreo. Next McDonald's. Bring her to the next McDonald's. Not driving makes you feel manly.
I'm gonna shit myself. I don't know why, I just had the urge to throw up and shit right now.
Have you ever done that?
I'm also detoxing right now, so
That's perfect. That's gonna help clear you up.
I've been pooping regularly.
Just because you're a detox?
Yeah.
You started already?
A different one.
Is this like a health detox?
Sure.
Yeah. It's a health detox. Yeah. So you're just gonna do like a couple of them before the big day?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in a wedding, so you gotta look nice.
Yeah. That's it. Exactly. No, so I've had quite a month, I will say. I've had quite a month when it comes to comedy. In the same month, I got to do a guest set for Joe Gatto.
Gatto or Gatto?
Gatto. I always say, I think I'm just Midwest. I say Gatto. Joe, but
Big
probably
Gatto.
Gatto.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Gatto. My bad. I got to do a guest set for Joe Gatto. I got Louis J. Gomez booked on one of my shows. It reached out for me
That's
to
super
run
sweet.
shows.
When's that happening?
It's December 3rd.
Nice.
That's December 3rd at Sprecher Brewery. Part of his tour now, so I'm excited about that. I had some shows, and then I had one of the people I looked up to tell me I wasn't funny. So that was all I'm saying.
Oh, can we mute
this
it?
This is that last weekend. So this was Godfrey.
Godfrey told you you weren't
Godfrey, dude, it was hilarious. It was like a classic Patrice O'Neill type thing. Like he's in that group of people.
Where was he? What was
It was at the Improv.
Did you go up?
No.
Why did he tell you that you weren't funny?
So he just came out to talk to the staff after the shows on, I think, on Friday or on Saturday. And I was just talking to him, and I was just asking questions. I mean, anytime I get in front of somebody who's a pro, who's been doing it, is killing it, selling out shows, it's funny. Like all respect to him, he didn't do the same set ever.
Right.
Daniel, maybe a couple jokes, but mostly it was all new stuff. So I was just asking him, like, hey, do you structure your thing? And I was being so analytical, and he's like, honestly, I'm like, because I was like, yeah, I'm 3 years into like asking him questions and stuff. And he's like, to be honest, every time I meet a guy like you who's just like all analytical, talking a bunch and stuff like that, it usually just means that you're not funny. So you're probably not funny. I don't know. Are you funny?
Oh, was it around people? Or was it
was around the staff.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, just to the core of my ego.
That sucks.
Which, criticism's worth more than compliments. And to be fair, I learned a lesson from it. I'm figuring out what that lesson is. But, to be fair, it's like I'm only 3 years in, dude. All these people who are pros, they've been 10, 20 plus years in the game of doing stand-up. Yeah. So it's just like...
I feel like whenever I listen to like podcasts or hear people talk, they always say they start off by like asking all these questions, and then eventually they realize there's no answer to them. So I've just like tried to not ask questions. Obviously, I ask questions like, is there like a way that I should start doing this? Should I like be counting laughs? Is there a certain way? But then every time I talk to someone that has been doing it a while around here, they're just like, just make it funnier. Mm-hmm. Like I just remember I told like I told like a story. It was I did the donkey kick story, and then I did my if I had a vagina story, and I went up and did it, and it was like it did well, but it didn't like kill or anything. Mm-hmm. And then Rich came up to me and he was like, "That was funny, but like put more funny things in it. Like you have like the structure for it, but you can put more funny things in it." And I was like, so I like. Basically just like, so you just told me to be funnier and that's how I can fix it? He goes, yeah, pretty much it. Just do what you want with it.
Edit. That's what I had to learn is editing my jokes, and I've been bad about that lately. But meaning every time you get up, you're just adding a tag. You're changing something, the structure of it. You're altering it, and that's what I'm trying to get more into it. But it's been a month of ups and downs.
Ups and one down.
Yeah, I mean...
But, I mean, at least he didn't say you weren't funny.
And I didn't get that job I wanted. So, like, it was just like,
But at least, like, he didn't tell you weren't funny after watching a set. That's what I thought happened.
Yeah, no.
If he would have done it, I'd be like, holy fuck.
Well, I think more so is just like, I don't know, it was what it was. But
was it kind of dickish, or was he kind of being funny about it?
He was being a classic comedy seller type comic, like Patrice is like probably one of my favorite, Patrice O'Neill, and that was his thing. It's like he was like, dude, if Patrice is like, why are you asking questions about your jokes? That's what he'd be saying. It's like, stop fucking, just do your damn jokes. Is what he would say, and it's true. It's like I took it to heart. It's like that's what comedy used to be. Like a lot of these guys are nice, which is great. I don't think there's anything wrong with being kind and being nice, but to some extent, I got a good rip, and it was like it's something that I can use, and something that it was just something interesting. I think
it needs to be a good rip though. It can't just be being mean for mean's sake, or like being like, for like lack of a better word, not directing it anywhere, but like bitchy for bitchy's sake. Yeah. Like if you're just like yelling at someone, or like complaining to someone, and it's just like it wasn't funny, or was it like throwing something that you probably shouldn't be doing back in your face? It was just like them just kind of being a jackass. Yeah. But if like he was like, hey, stop fucking worrying about it. Yeah. But he said it in like a way that kind of like cut a little bit. You're like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. You gotta take those hits, dude. You gotta take them.
But and
other people were mad for me. I'm like, dude, I definitely had a motivation in me. Not like, but it was something that you need. Everybody along the way gets those. I think not enough people get those. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the people that don't get things that like kind of rile them up, but also they understand like, okay, maybe I should fucking take a step back for a little bit. They're not going to be doing well, I don't think. Not that I'm doing well, but
the funniest thing was I served him the next day.
What did he say?
I served. I had one interaction, or like two interactions, but one of them he wanted something to eat after. He's like, so you ordered a dessert, and I brought it to him. And I had worked my other job that day, so my brain was shot by the end of that day. I'd worked like 10, 11 hours that day. And I brought it to him, and he goes, what I thought he had said to me, he goes, oh, you had to watch the show again? And I was like, yeah, man, it was great. I enjoyed it. Have a good day, man. And then walked out because I was like, I was leaving. Yeah. And then as soon as I walked out of the green room, I was like, wait, what did he say to me? And I think what he said to me was, because he laughed after I said what I said, which is, yeah, man, it was great. I enjoyed it. And he started laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure what he said is, did you spit in it? After not ready to watch the show again. So my response was, did you spit in it? It was like, yeah, man, it was great.
It didn't really funny you came out with your dick on top of his lava cake.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, man, it was great. I enjoyed it, was what I said to him. And then I walked out, but hey, guess what? He laughed.
Yeah.
He laughed.
Yeah. I inadvertently got him. Opening weekend, I was dropping off food to Steve Byrne. Mm-hmm. And I remember I walked in and I was just like, hey, here's your stuff. And they're like, oh, we don't need it right now. And then I made some fucking stupid joke, like I can go bring it to the back and breathe on it to keep it warm for you or something like that, like something stupid. And then they just looked at me and they went, for sure, man. And I walked away, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's not funny. That's not funny. Why would you fucking say that? And you're so fucking stupid. Stupid. Opening weekend of the
Man, I've had so many of those instances where you just, dude, that's so funny. I can sit in the back and breathe on it.
Keep it warm. That would have totally worked for my mom, but it's not gonna work on Steve Byrne and his opener.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I was just like, God damn it.
They didn't laugh.
No, they were just like, cool, man.
I was like, shit. I was like, get the fuck away from me.
And they're like, just leave it here. I was like, okay. Then I ran out. I was like,
just leave it here. I don't want you breathing on my food.
And the thing is if it wasn't about their food, maybe they would have laughed, but it was like, this guy's just it's so dumb.
Did I ever tell you my Tim Dillon experience?
No, I feel like it's going to be really bad.
Oh, dude, I asked the servant because I love Tim Dillon's podcast, His comedy's good too, it was great. And I had one interaction with him serving. Just one. So leading up to this, he had canceled his shows for the weekend because he lost his podcast. They had to reshoot his podcast, so he rescheduled for Monday, Tuesday.
Was it because of his podcast or was it because he lost his voice?
No, it's podcast. They deleted it, so he needed to reshoot his podcast because it's a huge revenue.
Yeah, it's way more than the show, probably.
And because of that, they did a local showcase, and that's how I got my first 5 minutes at the Improv.
Yeah.
And I crushed it, dude. Yeah. I crushed my first 5 minutes at the Improv. I was so happy with it, and I was so ecstatic going to there. And then the comics were talking about it in the back, like, yeah, we did a guest spot. I was like, actually, Brandon got to do a spot too, whatever. And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, no. I was like, I know other people were bummed that you had to reschedule, but I was like, dude, it made my week. It's my first 5 minutes. It was appreciated. Thank you, or whatever I said. And he goes, yeah, man, my friend just got his first 5 minutes at the Improv in LA. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And he goes, yeah, and then a week later, he shot himself in the head.
And the thing is, you can't tell me being
No, I couldn't, and that's why I couldn't laugh. I was
Did
working.
you start laughing?
So all the other comics are laughing, and I kind of waited, and then I started laughing, and then he walked away from me. Didn't have another interaction with him all week.
That was so funny. I went up for the first time in fucking 2 months.
I was there.
On Friday.
Yeah.
That was a weird fucking show.
Mike?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I guess it is a Mike.
Yeah.
I thought it was a show the whole time, so I was just going to go watch.
Yeah. No, it's a Mike. Every time it's a Mike.
That was weird because it was 6 people and all of a sudden it got packed there towards the end. It was fun though.
Yeah, people weren't feeling it.
Mm-mm.
No. To be fair, we're all Micers, so.
Yeah, and they're all there for karaoke. They're like, get the fuck out.
Nothing's more shattering than going to a karaoke bar to do an open mic, and everyone who comes and listens, and they're sitting there thinking, I would rather listen to somebody shittily sing Coldplay than listen to somebody chase their dreams and work very hard on a joke.
Well, granted, most of our jokes aren't funny. I mean, I think the only one where I got a laugh was when I talked about gaping.
Yeah.
And then I got a little bit in my if I had a vagina one. And then when I went into my dog shit, it was like, nah.
Yeah, your dog shit was just too dark. It was just too dark, I think.
Well, the beginning usually does pretty well, and then obviously she died. So then I told that part, and then it ended. I was like, okay, we gotta find a better way to bring that around. But yeah, we'll figure that shit out. It did well when I hosted at the Improv with their mic. Mm-hmm. It did well for that. I did 7.
I didn't say it was bad. I think it was just
No, it did well, but I haven't done it in fucking 2 months. So like I went and like quick wrote something just to try to fill 5. But it was good. It was fun. So like I'm like ready to get back into it again. Then I gotta start picking up more shifts at the comedy club again. Cause now summer's over. Gotta start making money again.
Yeah, I'm applying for new jobs. Applying for jobs is stupid. You don't think so?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Just the whole process is just a joke. I'm saying, like from the aspect of like meeting people, like you never are who you are in the interview. You know what I'm saying? Completely.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've only interviewed for 2 jobs before.
Only really?
Yeah. I had like one kind of interview, but it was already basically guaranteed that I was gonna get it.
As long as you weren't crazy.
Yeah, they were just like, we're just gonna bring you down. I mean, they flew me down there. Like, they flew me down to Florida from Milwaukee for it.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I was gonna get it. And then fresh out of college, I just went to that job because I was interning there. So they hired me as an intern. I just did fine. So I went there. I had a phone interview for when I moved back here. And then and that was like that was close to an interview, but not actually. And then my first like kind of real interview was this new job. And that was still very laid back. But the closest like actual interview I had was when I worked for the parks department in my hometown. And you know, like the summer programs where they have the kids all come during the summer, like, and you just throw dodgeballs at them for, 7 hours when their parents get home.
That sounds like a fun job.
It sucked, because kids are shit.
Yeah.
Kids are little shits. I was like, fuck you guys. So this is what we're gonna do. You guys are all gonna fucking play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm gonna stay on my phone. Because they were like into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, 2 of them were into Yu-Gi-Oh! And the rest of them were not. I was like, you're all gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh! With these 2 kids. And I'm just gonna make sure you sit here, because I'm gonna go play with you, all those shits.
You probably made those kids' day. The 2 people who loved Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, and it was every day. So the other 17 kids wanted to kill themselves. They hated it. They hated it.
Do your parents ever make you get into a hobby that you didn't want as a kid?
I did baseball and I did t-ball and I was like, fuck this, I'm not gonna do it. I don't think there was ever a hobby. They never made me get into a hobby. I played trombone for 4 days. But basically everything was like my choice. Like, what sports do you want to play? I was like, I want to play hockey. Played hockey. What about, like, when I got to middle school, high school, like, do you want to play hockey or don't play football? I was like, I'll do football.
Dude, my mom made me go to a Christian camp in the winter, a winter Christian camp. So they had some cool stuff there, like these like hill sleds,
Yeah.
and a broom ball and a bunch of stuff. That was fun. And generally, I went to the camp in the summer with my family, and it was a great camp. So I wasn't not looking forward to it, but I got bullied the whole time. Dude, my camp counselor who was in charge of my cabin where I was staying, the first night I got there, I don't know what I did or what I said, but I was just the target. I'm not denying that I maybe didn't put myself in that situation, but I was like 11. So first day, I'm in my underwear changing. I think this might have been a pedophile. He grabs me, picks me up, takes me outside, and just throws me into the snow.
No way. How old is this guy?
On top of a lump of logs that I didn't see. No, I was like 11.
How old was the guy?
He was, probably high school, if not 20.
That's so funny.
And all the kids were like, yeah! I just come out crying because it's my first day of winter camp. And the guy who's supposed to be watching our cabin is just chucking me in the snow so in my underwear, dude.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, I don't think that's never happened to me. I never did that to a kid either, so I'm not a pedophile and I didn't get bullied by an adult. But
have you ever ran into some guy looking back that you're like, this guy's definitely a pedophile? There was one coach that I had. I went to a basketball camp growing up.
I actually know a pedophile.
Okay.
He was a substitute teacher.
Oh shit. But this guy at the basketball camp would like go up behind kids when you're like this, and then he would just grab you and just lift you up and just hold you. And like he did that to me, and my back cracked, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, what are you doing, dude?
In the middle of the gym, it was just weird, dude.
Maybe he's just trying to help. Maybe your back will hurt.
Yeah. I actually got A pedophile tried to abduct me once.
No, no, they did.
Yes, they did.
No, you probably just were chasing after them because they had candy.
No, dude. Me and my friend, we were about 10 years old, around that age, and we're playing tennis in the park, right? We're playing tennis at the tennis court, hitting the ball, and this guy comes up. You see him park his car. He's driving like a bright Vita Bug, and he comes up with a camera, legit camera, right? Just starts taking pictures of us. And we're like, oh, we're stupid and young, so we're kind of like, oh, it's whatever.
Ted Bundy, he drove a bug.
Yeah, it was like whatever. He's just taking pictures. And then at some point we're like playing harder because it's like, oh, I'm not gonna be the unsexy kid, you know what I mean? Like I'm
gonna be fucked today.
Yeah. So like subconsciously we're like, oh, I want him to take pictures of me because you're not thinking about how people are weird. And he starts coming up to us asking us questions. He's like, hey, where you guys live? We lived right next to the tennis court.
Yeah.
So he kind of was like, and then our parents started coming over. So he's like, all right, guys. He tried to make an attempt and then he kind of just backed off because our parents started coming over.
Yeah.
Turns out the police and the news came to our house and this guy was a wanted pedophile.
No way.
Yeah, he was a wanted pedophile. So what does the news have us do? As a segment for the show to catch this guy, they have us play tennis on camera. So he got what he wanted.
He got what he wanted.
Either way.
Yeah. He's just jerking up the news.
Yeah,
Talking about
why don't we even go out there anymore? You know, and this is bringing them to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh. Speaking of people being horny, I've been really horny lately.
Mm-hmm.
Started working out again.
Well, you did just get engaged, so.
I mean, that's usually where horniness drops. I just started working out again.
And that's usually where sex drops.
I mean, not really. I mean, it drops when we move in together. It drops when we move in together, because when you don't spend as much time with each other,
Yeah.
and every time you see each other, you're like, fuck, let's bang one out.
Yeah.
But like, when I come home on a Tuesday, I'm just like, I want to go to bed. You know what I mean? It's not like, let me bang one out and then go to bed. It's like, I just want to go to bed. But I've been like, because I work out in the morning, and then I work it at lunch, and I like after I'm done working out, my like testosterone's pumping through my veins, and I like fucking want to bust a load.
Yeah.
So I have to like fight the urge not to jerk off in the middle of my work day, because I just like pumped iron and fucking horny.
Have you ever jerked off in the middle of your workday?
Oh yeah. Back in quarantine.
Yeah.
When we were quarantined, yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
I get bored at 10:30, and I would just fucking pump one out, come back in my cum-filled pants. And I would just do my job, and then like 2:30 would hit, but I'd be like, I'm going back.
You don't use tissues, you just run.
Oh no, I jerk off in the toilet. That was before a shower.
Yeah, but you made it seem like you're just busting your pants.
No, but like you know how there's some like leakage at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like sitting there, and I can just like smell the cum, like and it's stuck in my leg hairs at the end of it. Cause I had a meeting, like you know what I mean, back in the day when I was working from home. It was like 2 years of just hanging in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I used to work in Minneapolis, and I worked at a sales job, and for lunch I'd come home because I only lived a block away. Definitely came home at lunch, ate some food, cranked one out, and went back to work.
Dude, I know I would never jay off and then go back to work.
No, you got
Because I'd have to shower after.
You just, well, I guess I'm a monster then.
Yeah. I'd have to shower because I would, other people might be able to smell my cum, but I can smell my cum. I know what my cum smells like. You know what I mean? It's like your fart, like you like the smell of it, but other people don't.
No, I haven't heard this theory.
You don't like the smell of your own farts.
I think every man likes the smell of his own farts.
Okay, but if you ripped one, I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Or if you rip one, I might not even notice, but you're sitting in your own perfume going, that's a good fart. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's the best one today.
You ever have a fart that just concerns you about your well-being? The smell of it?
No. It's mostly like when I have eggs.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I had eggs. That's
Yeah.
why. Because it does smell like something died.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having bloody poops lately.
Good transition. I have IBS, so that's a standard.
Do you have bloody poops?
I think it's just I'm just
Your
wiping,
butt
I'm just
hole's-
wiping too hard.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
nah. Your butt, so this is what I think. I think your butthole's prolapsing from sitting on the toilet too long, and the gravity of your intestines is making it fall out of your asshole.
Is this a scientific theory? Or is
Dr.
this
Jack.
just Jack?
Dr. Jack.
Dr. Jack.
I think the weight of your intestines as you sit on the toilet, your legs are kind of spread, your anus is facing the toilet. I think your intestines are trying to push themselves out of your butthole.
I think we need to make a segment called Dr. Jack where people call us and ask about problems or like rate problems.
Who's watching?
Yeah.
Who's gonna call us?
We're gonna figure that out because
Yeah.
I want your advice to people for their problems.
Well, that one's an easy one. That one's like very easy. But if someone asks me for like an actual medical condition, I mean, it's very obvious to tell the weight of your intestines is coming out of your asshole. Someone asks me like, I've been tired a lot. What am I gonna say? I think your intestines are falling out of your asshole.
I think that's your advice to have. I think that's your advice to everybody.
If they're falling out of your asshole. I saw a Snapchat memory of me, one of my friends sent it to me, and it was me like just like going all out to a song, hammered, and it like made me think: is there something that you can't do, but if you could do it, you do it so well that you feel bad for the rest of the world that they don't get to see it because you can't provide it for them?
I don't understand the question.
Like, so, it's hard to explain. Like, okay, I'll just give you my example, and then you can like probably figure out the frame. I feel so bad that I'm not a good singer because I think I'd be so fucking good in concert that people are missing out.
Then you just mumble rap, dude.
No, I can't mumble rap. No, it needs to be fucking belting. I'd be so goddamn good in concert. My concerts would be electric.
All right, give us. Let's hear what you sing like.
No, I can't sing. It sounds like my child. It sounds like I'm gargling marbles.
I want to hear you sing right now.
I can't sing.
Sing something.
I can't sing.
Sing something.
Give me a second. Let me write some lyrics.
Just sing a song.
No, I want to write my own song.
Okay.
Like a true reformer.
Fair enough.
An honestly will peak on this too.
Yeah.
But no, my singing voice sounds like this, and then sometimes I like to go high. Oh, what's the song? Tom's Diner. Oh, it's always nice to see you. Just a man behind the counter to the woman who is coming. She's shaking her umbrella. And then when it goes high, it's like, then I look the other way, as if I can say hellos.
It is always nice to see you.
Yeah, but
it is always nice to see you.
I would fucking kill it. That's why I feel bad that I can't bring it to the world because I.
And that's why we try to do comedy, because really comedy is, there are people who are skilled at comedy and there's people who like being funny who don't really obtain other talents of singing and art. So because they're like, I'll talk about my penis like we just had, and you know.
Yeah.
If reincarnation was real,
What would I want to come back as?
what would you want to come back as? Where would you want to be born? Into what type of household? What gender, all that.
Upper middle class. To an Italian who owns a restaurant in Florence, Italy.
It's interesting. Why?
Because it's so fucking cool over there. They just don't do shit. It's so fucking cool. Because I just went there and they just cook and then they disappear for like the middle of the day because they don't do lunch.
They just do huge dinners.
They just do like most of the restaurants aren't open for lunch because they do like an earlier like breakfast service kind of thing with a little bit of like lunch vibes.
I want to go to Europe. I feel like it's just easy. Not easy, but like they're just so chill.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous that people live their life like that. I would want to go back as someone that already knew that they weren't going to college. I got yelled at the other day, and I didn't think it was warranted, so I want to kind of hear your response. My lady was mad at me because we went for a long weekend, and I left my toothbrush up there. And so it was obviously Sunday, I didn't have a toothbrush, so then by the time Thursday comes around, I haven't gone and gotten a new toothbrush because I've been using hers every day, morning and nighttime, and she got mad at me.
Just go to Walgreens, grab a toothbrush.
I honestly was just busy, so not too busy to grab a toothbrush, but I don't know why she was mad at me for using her toothbrush. I don't think it's that bad. It's like using the same bar, so.
I think it's gross.
How?
I think it's gross.
And if it cleans your teeth, it cleans my teeth. Then you don't have to worry about it. We kiss!
I guess that's true, and you put each other's things in mouths.
Yeah.
There is some aspect of that, but at the same time, you're the loser of that because you're getting your stuff in your mouth, you know what I mean?
My stuff in my mouth? Oh, dude. My stuff has not been in that mouth for a long, long time.
You are engaged.
Yeah.
No, I think if it's one off. I think more than 2 days.
I did it until Thursday. She was pissed.
Stop at Walgreens and buy a thing.
She made me feel like dirty. I was like, if anyone's dirty, you're the ones that's dirty. Because you should have noticed that your toothbrush was still wet when you went to use it.
I think 1 or 2 days after that, get a toothbrush.
I think she was more disappointed that I didn't tell her.
That would yeah.
Yeah, I was just using it. And then she found out because she saw me using it one night when I was getting ready for bed. But she wasn't as mad as she used to be and things like that. And I've been kind of thinking about this. I don't know if there's a way to write something about it, but I'm blessed that she knew me from high school. So she knew me as my original degenerate self. So she had a base level of me being an asshole. And now she sees how hard I work to not be an asshole all the time.
Yeah.
Where I get kind of let off the hook a lot easier than someone where let's just say if I met her now, what I do now would not be allowed.
For sure.